there. Happy day. I'm here at Ryan Cook's studio, Lucid Paints, and we're going to be shooting an interview with him, and I'm real excited. This is really cool. We've been friends for a couple of years, and he's been supportive of me on my channel. I've been supportive of him on his channel, and we're about to have some fun today, so hang on. Stay tuned. All right, here I am with Ryan Cook, live and in person, my homeboy for years now. We've been supporting and loving each other big time, and now I have the privilege of spending real time. So we're gonna learn all about Ryan. Today's the day, and I'm Jazz here in his studio.
What's up, guys? What's going on?
So let's start with let's tell them from where you came. You know, I mean, you told me, you know, your bikes and, you know, all of that, your nature of beingness prior to awakening to another calling.
Oh yeah, totally. So ever since I was young as I can remember, I always got in trouble in school for like drawing and stuff like that. So I didn't get very good grades, right? And I ended up dropping out after ninth grade. Went to work right away, right into the matrix, pumping that paycheck out 9 to 5, just doing a good job too. And 25 years of working construction, I finally hurt my back. It was the sign, it was the for sure tell sign that something else needed to happen. So I went within myself, real deep, you know, just checked it out. You know, what is this all about? What do you want? I asked that serious question to myself one day. I was like, what do you want? What do you really want? I didn't answer myself the first day. You know, it took weeks to find it. But then it said, well, I want to let go and not be concerned with anything anymore. I don't want to have concerns, worries. Worrying is a waste of time. I knew that right away. So then I was like, well, I'm open to anything that happens. And then one day, just like all of you guys scrolling through the YouTube, I seen this spray paint art. I was like, that's pretty cool and it looks pretty easy. I think I could do that. And I wanted to do it, this calling from within, right? So I took the last $50 to my name, went to Walmart, bought that cheap paint, that cheap paper, and came back, and my heart was just pumping. I didn't want to screw this piece of paper up. It cost me 95 cents. It was the last of my money. Well, I did a pretty good job, fairly decent. I still got that first painting today. Let me show you. It has survived over 1 year, right? And this was the first one I did.
I saved it down a little bit, but there we go.
I saved this bad boy. I got the city down there, maybe some colliding planets and just squirrelies. I don't know, just having fun with it, right? Since then, I have not stopped painting a single day. This is all I do, and I'm building an empire. Not trying to, but just letting go, you know? Living in the moment, in the now, in the present. I am present, present, here, right?
So 1 year.
1 year, a little over a year, I've been working at this, and every single day I'm painting, or I'm stenciling, or I'm figuring out what people are doing. I follow the #1 spray paint artist, in my opinion, in the world. I replicate, duplicate, and simplify, then magnify, right? So that's pretty much in a nutshell what's going on here at Lucid Paints. So now I'm getting ready for next spring because I'm going to be a vendor, and we're going to sell lots of paintings. I was a vendor this year, and we did really good. We sold a little over 300 paintings the first year. Like I said, I haven't stopped, guys. The money just keeps coming in and providing more paint, more canvas, more love, making this world a better place, one painting at a time. So that's kind of where I went with that, and kind of where we're going. Trying to get 500 paintings ready for next spring to vend, and then yeah, just make it so that I can make a living off of this. Not an actual. I'm not trying to make a lot of money. I'm just trying to survive and sustain my material I need to get for Lucid Paints. So It comes from love and compassion, so I'm completely righteous with whatever I do. So that allows me to release from fear, not be so concerned about what I'm going to do tomorrow. Plans are meant to be broken. So just living in the now is the best thing I can do to love myself unconditionally, right?
Awesome.
Yeah. What do you think of that, Weedu?
Yeah, I love this.
I love it too. I'm just sitting back enjoying the show. Something else is taking over. Something else is talking to you right now. This is not me. This is just the best of me.
Yeah,
right?
and just recently you kind of backed off on the programming to refocus. Tell us about that
All right.
shift of idea.
Yeah, that's a good question, and I'm dying to tell everybody. So as everybody knows, I have 7 kids and a nice dog at home and a lovely wife. So that keeps me pretty busy a lot of the time. When I do have time for myself, which I make time for myself because I love myself unconditionally, I take that wherever it goes. And last summer it took me to the fairs, it took me to all these other different events, and people were calling me, wanting me to come in and everything like that, and I couldn't say no because I love everybody, I love a good time, I love people, just being around people. So I went to all the fairs, I did everything that felt right. I actually had so many calls that I had to tell people that I wasn't going to go to their program, their event, because I was already booked out at these other events. So I've been very busy last summer. I got the studio, the gallery ready. We're getting ready for a nice big winter here in Minnesota. We're going to be doing a lot of paintings. I'm going to be doing 4 to 5 paintings pretty much every single live. Eventually here, as the snow starts falling, we'll go live every single day. I'm just kind of getting ready with my cameras. I redid the whole gallery so that people could come in and do a little bit of shopping right here in my garage. So that's been taking a little bit more of my time. And I've been trying to do a little bit of paintings here because I've been going to a couple more events. It's trickling down. But stay with me, guys. Stay tuned, stay connected, because there's some big things coming with Lucid Paints. Let's just say that we're not only going to paint this year, right? There's going to be a lot of other big things. And I love your guys' input. I want you guys to tell me what you think. Tell me some things that you would like to see me try to do. I'm always open for anything. So.
Well, you know, as I was kind of fucking with you online when you were live, where's the flat Earth paintings? It's all these planets. Everything's planets.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about that too. You can't sit there and tell me. I mean, we can get into it, but I look at the sun come up. I look at the sun go down. And I'm an artist, I look at all the colors and the shades that variate and granuate through the whole sunset and sunrise. And you can tell a slight arch to every single color that's out there. Now, if the world was flat, tell me, how did those arches get there? But anyways, moving on. I love all the flat earth theorists just the same as anyone else, right? I don't know. I'm so full of shit. How am I supposed to tell when somebody else is full of shit? So I just assume that we're all full of shit.
Yeah. Got to enemize that shit. If you can't baffle them with bullshit, you know, if you can't dazzle them with brilliance, baffle them with bullshit.
Yeah. Fake it till you make it. I don't care. Whatever you got to do.
It's so true. It's so true. So, you homeschool your children here.
Yep.
7 of them. Tell us their ages.
Yep. We got, see if I can do this, you know, because this is pretty tough. So we got 2. She'll be 2 on Thanksgiving Day this year. And then we've got 5-year-old, 8-year-old, 11-year-old, 13-year-old, 14-year-old, and a 17-year-old. He'll be 18 on Christmas Day this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's who I met.
Dawson. Yep.
Fine young man.
So I can tell you their names real quick. I made a lot of them up. So we got Adeline, Jackson, Ryler, Jadence, Jesslyn, Mason, and Dawson.
That's awesome. That's a great collection. And your lovely wife, Nicole.
Nicole, yep.
You made them up, man.
Yeah. I made them up.
Yeah. The gospel according to Ryan.
Yep.
Yeah.
So speaking of the gospel, I believe that my 7 kids were waiting a really long time to come down here to earth. And who else would be crazy enough to have 7 kids except for me and Nicole? So they were waiting in line to get down to this family, let me tell you. And when I got my 7 kids, I could tell right away that they were hybrids. They're not like any of the other kids. Nowadays, when you have enlightened parents, therefore you have encouraged enlightened kids.
Yes.
Right? So I don't deny them. I don't try to control them. I don't try to make them obey. They are here on their own experience. They do what they do. I am simply here to make sure that they stay safe, right? So as long as my kids are alive, I've done my job well, as long as none of them are hurt. And what can I say? So here's the deal, guys. I love my kids a lot. Oh man, I'm so passionate about my kids. So here's what I did. I didn't give them a choice to go to school because some bad things are happening in school, as all of you are aware of, whether you like to admit it or not. There's a problem in the school, right? And since I have 7 kids, there's not 7 of me to individually watch and talk to every single one of my kids on a very good quality basis. So what I did is I took them all out of school about 2 years ago, and we homeschooled them all. And you couldn't tell right away, but after a couple months, they started having smiles on their face. They had less anxiety. That whole worrying thing just completely went out the window. So kids were able to enjoy their experience, what they were sent here and what they came here to do, right? They actually know who they are because I gave them the unconditional love to find out, right? I didn't just send them to school because I'm stuck in the fucking matrix. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I get a little excited once in a while, guys.
You get as excited as you want, bro. We want the truth.
This is the truth. Yeah. I can't make this shit up.
Yeah.
All right? I love my kids a lot, so I took them out of school, and I pay attention to them. They're the real awakened ones. They're the ones that are aware of more environment and more conditions than we are. Right? So I learn from that. I learn from my kids. I'm simply here to observe my kids observing this, right? So they have problems and stuff, so do we. But it's really interesting to see a kid get over their problems a lot faster than a lot of us adults because we're so hung up with stuff.
Yes.
Right? My little kid, my little 2-year-old, she doesn't care how much money you have. She doesn't care what you're wearing. She doesn't care who you support in Congress. And, she's actually trying to be the opposite of Congress, which is progress, right? So she's not involved in religion. She's not involved in politics. She's not involved with religion and politics and schooling, right? Right? So that's huge. There's a beautiful day coming, and there's a beautiful day today. Just, you guys all relax and know that we're all in good hands. There's some good people on this world that'll never take a day off, right?
Mm-hmm. That's it's a 24/7, man.
Yep.
As we were meeting the other night, we had a lot of discussion, about the responsibility of owning your shit.
Yep.
Okay, and that's all it really boils down to. Be responsible for your shit. Don't worry about other people's shit. That's their shit.
Yep.
Handle your shit, and you're gonna be flowing.
Yeah. I tell people, I'll do me and you do you.
Yeah.
Right. And when I've done me enough to where I am completely full of love and compassion, and I am righteous with the world, then I am able to have enough power to go out and help people properly, a proper help. Right? Not just somebody that says thoughts and prayers, or I'll be praying about you, or stuff like that. That's cheap. I show people that I love them, and I love myself so much that they can see that. So I'm here to help and assist people to make this world a better place. It's already a good place, but
So, give me that spiel that you showed me about your business card, how you go up and approach people on the midway.
All right.
You know, when you're...
So when I'm at fairs, I'm like this. A couple will walk up, right? A guy and a girl. And I'll have 2 cards. You'd think, well, all you need is 1 card. Well,
right.
I'll get to that in a minute. So I even warn people, I'm like, I'm about to make you laugh. Here it goes. All right, check it out. My name is Ryan Cook. This is Lucid Paints. It's a business up front, and check it out. It's a party in the back. There's my YouTube. You can scan it right there. I'm the only Lucid Paints in the world, so it shouldn't be a problem finding me. Make sure you stay tuned, stay connected, because I give away a free painting every single month when the snow starts flying in Minnesota. It's my way of making this world a better place, one painting at a time. Now, I'll give the guy a card, and then I'll give the girl a card. She says, well, you already gave him a card. And I say, well, you might break up with him one day. If he doesn't serve you, I think you might break up with him one day. So you better take my card, both of you. And, yeah.
Feel the love.
Feel the love.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Now, one of the things I'm going to include, and we'll cut to a segue, but I want you to show your trailer that you were showing, how you're going to do your road show, because it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
But, you know, walking right from this environment out there, the camera will go, wait a minute. So we'll stop and then go out there and shoot that one.
Nice,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
For sure.
So you've been having some real epiphanies
Yep.
lately. Let's talk about that.
I don't even know where to start. So when I don't find things out until after they happen, right? I wish I could predict the future and stuff like that. Sometimes I wish I could, and sometimes I wish I couldn't, right? Because I don't mind living in the moment and seeing what surprises around each corner. But after I got done seeing, I went and visited Weedu and Roz a couple days ago, and when I started showing up, I got a really bad headache, you know, and I knew that this was going to be good because things were trying to stop me right away. I can acknowledge that. And it was Monday. They must have turned up the 5G or something because I'm real sensitive to the signals and stuff. So I had a bad headache on Monday. And a couple days later, just sitting here, you know, not thinking of anything, it came to me. It just, all of a sudden it came to me. It says, it must have been my higher self, because that's what I call it when voices come in, you know. And I recognize and acknowledge them. It said to me, did you know that we already knew that you guys were going to get together before your bodies or your brain even thought of it? So I started thinking about that, and I'm like, wow, you know, Weedu, he drove a long ways and for all this to happen. So then it brings me to my second acknowledgement that even though I can't predict the future, I can tell what the future's like in the present. Right? So I know this is going to be big. Just like the headache, just like we do coming, just like the acknowledgement and the awareness, consciously aware of my situations. So I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty stoked if things come with Weedu and Roz, and just great people to know. Good friends, great friends. I'm glad I got to meet you guys. I've known Weedu here for a couple years now. We've only talked over the phone. It's just kind of unreal that you're here today. So.
Yeah. We've had some pretty lengthy conversations.
Yep.
You know, we've covered a lot of ground.
Yep.
You know, I kept asking you almost repeatedly, you know, when you're gonna drink your pee.
See, I don't make plans.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't try to plan for stuff like that.
Yeah. But we've had nothing but love between us. You know, and that I have nothing but love and respect for. I appreciate our friendship a lot.
Yeah, me too.
And it's been a quality friendship from the get-go.
Yeah, for sure.
It's been evolutionary.
So I heard one person say on a movie one time, you would dance naked in the street right now if you knew what was in store for you, right? So I'm technically dancing naked in the street right now. You just can't tell because I'm sitting right here. Mm-hmm. But I'm super excited on the inside. I'm trying to like hold my anticipation. I'm trying to be very patient with it, but it just keeps building and building and building, and it just keeps getting better by the moment.
Well, and we talked about this the other night. Once you trust and allow, accept and receive, it becomes really effortless.
Yeah.
You can think about something and it'll appear almost instantaneously.
Yeah.
You don't even have to ask the question and the answers come.
Yep.
I mean, it's really phenomenal in my experience. And I've been really, the last few months, this shit has been like coming on. And anybody who's known me for a little while, you know, noticed over the last 6 months, it's shifting gears rapidly. It's
Yep.
changing constantly.
Yep.
And it's always in the now, in the now, in the now. There is no other moment but the now.
Yep.
You know. So.
Yeah, I tell people, you don't try to make the sun come up.
No.
That's not something that you try to do. It just happens, right?
Grass grows.
We don't have to try to breathe. It's effortlessly. It's effortless.
Yes.
So that's kind of what I go by. I want to live effortlessly. I don't want to have to be concerned about every little thing I come across, because worrying is a waste of time. And the only concern I should have is how much love and how much compassion am I allowed to have. And right now there's no roof, so I'm just going to take it as far as it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you used to race motorcycles, didn't you?
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, they called me Racing Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so you had derived a pretty naturally an aggressive, competitive nature.
Yep.
And some of that shifted away for you.
Yep. Yep. When my wife, when she was not awake, when she was very religious and stuff, I would call her my dream crusher, because she would literally crush my dreams, right? And she was just living for herself, didn't really care about love and compassion for somebody else when it came to anything outside of religion or anything outside of the norm, what she's been taught inside of her environment, which is completely understandable. I was the same way, if not worse, right? I just could not wrap my head around that whole religion thing, right? So we got across that, we got past all that, and now she supports me more than I support myself, and that's hard to comprehend, because I love myself unconditionally, and she allows me to, I shouldn't say allow, that's a bad word. She encourages me to follow my dreams. The complete opposite of what she thought before. And this was probably only about 2.5 years ago.
And you've been married how long?
We've been married for over 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep. And she's my high school sweetheart. We grew up together. She was 15, I was 17. And we just hit it off right away. And everything in the world tried to stop us. Her parents tried to stop us. My parents tried to stop us. Our friends weren't very welcoming to the whole deal either, right? So we fought all odds and went through everything together just to hold on for, what was it? 13 years. We held on strong for 13 years and then woke up. And it was worth it to wait. I would wait 26. I would wait a lifetime for her to be awake with her. Mm-hmm. I call her my twin flame. She doesn't really believe in that whole spiritual thing. She knows that it exists and this and that. But she's more of a scientist. She's more about the facts. She's more about getting pure results from something that she can visually see herself, right? I encourage that too. Even if she wanted to believe in God, I would still encourage that, because I love her that much, right? So it's important to let your significant other be who they want to be, so that they can find themselves. Yes. Because when they find themselves and you haven't found yourself, that might enable you to find yourself a little bit quicker. And it's not a race. We're not racing to see who's more awake. There's no test to see who's more awake than the other person. We're just all in this together. I tell my wife, maybe I am all of you. And it's just in a different experience, different paradigm, that we're experiencing different things, right? So how can I have full love and compassion for everyone? well, I realized that everyone could possibly be me, and I did all that stuff in one time or another. This is not my first rodeo.
Yes. Well, and that's why, for me, myself, I talk pretty freely about a lot of things, and everything I talk about is basically from experiential. My wisdom is experiential.
Yeah.
And I had to, fuck up a lot in order to realize who was the fuck up, because once you realize it's all an inside job, you quit looking outside yourself, to find the blame, the resolve, the answers. It's an inside job.
Right.
And as you stated, it is about self-love, self-respect, and completely qualifying yourself to be responsible and enabling yourself to be of your highest good. Reinventing ourselves every day to be the best version of ourselves we ever imagined.
Yep.
And there's no better moment than the now. What are you waiting for?
Yep.
So, I respect and honor much. And I've watched your growth. I mean, I've paid attention.
Yeah.
And our timing is impeccable because of where you are now.
Yep.
Had we done this interview before, it would have been a premature.
Oh, sure.
For the awakened process of what you're going through.
Yep.
Growing through.
Yep. So I've speaking of getting rid of stuff that doesn't serve you, guys. Like I've gotten rid of everything. I built houses for 25 years. I don't even have a tape measure. Right. My kids don't even know the name of those tools because that matrix, that program, it's out. It had to go. It did not serve me. It was going to end up breaking my back, taking the best years of my life, right? And I don't mean to put a low frequency on a lot of stuff, but I'm just telling you my experience.
Yes.
Now, my experience might not necessarily work for you because you're on your own experience. I'm only here to report my experience and how it worked for me.
Yes.
Right? So I don't expect you to do the things that I do. Just to understand my experience, like I want to understand yours.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, we don't want to swap fear programs, right?
No, it's all in the love, man. Drop the fear and live with the love. Just breathe in love, exhale gratitude.
Yep. Yep.
So we're rolling up on a pretty good lot of time. Is there any last before we go outside? Because I do want to show the trailer. I think that's an important little segment to include. But just to wrap this up, you got any final thoughts you want to?
Yeah, guys. This has been coming to me quite a bit too. Is like when I look at the Earth from a distance, out in outer space. When I look back, I don't see any borders. I don't see any lines. I don't see any towns. I don't see any counties. I don't see any of that. That's a man-made structure down here on Earth, on this ground, where we've all stayed divided. And if I had to say anything, I would say it's time to unite, good and bad. And we're not here to criticize or judge, per se, bad people, right? We're here to love them because they are powerful people, and we would like them all to be with us in a time of need, right?
Well, when you drop the competition, you consider the cooperation, and it's a complete paradigm shift.
Yep. Yep.
Instead of separating and win-lose mentality, we come up on a win-win, which is a higher ground to walk.
Yep. Yep. I think we're all really getting with that. And there is change coming. Just like anything, nothing is going to go on forever the same.
The only thing that's permanent in life is change.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a given.
Yep.
All right, bro. All right. Well, this has been awesome.
Awesome.
You're gonna love this. I love this. You're making love my camera right now, bro.
Nice.
Big time.
I love you guys.
Yeah, I love you too. So we are gonna shoot one last segment before I'm through, but we're signing this one off for now. Peace. Yeah, Pieces. There we go. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Like something had went by too fast where I couldn't see the details. Right? So then one streak below the sun, one streak above the sun. Nobody else seen it but me. And I wasn't even sure what I was looking at.
You see the ring right now? There's a ring around it. Like
Corona.
about half a ring.
I do.
Into the clouds right there.
Yep.
It's like doorway's open.
There it is. There it is.
Feels great.
Can you pick out the colors in it? Was it yellow
Yeah,
and
I
orange?
see some on there, yeah. It's like red on the inside, blue on the out,
Very, very cool.
yellow in the middle.
So tell us about the trailer.
All right, guys, so this is my plan. It's a mini plan before the major plan. It's just rings, right? And we start with the small ring first, and we gradually move up. This is the new Lucid Paints vending booth / going live spray paint at fairs, some of the biggest fairs in Minnesota, traveling, then going around the United States. Start out small and we get bigger. So this last year I had a tent. It was just a 10 by 10 tent. And then I had this trailer laying around, and I thought I would go ahead and modify that to suit my needs. So since I was a carpenter for 25 years, I was able to successfully do some things in here that I normally wouldn't be able to do. So for instance, first I took the main ramp door off. It weighed about 500 pounds, right? Got rid of 500 pounds and installed a double door. Right?
It's open.
And this isn't done, guys, but definitely a work in progress. So both the doors open up. And back in there, that blue thing against the wall is the roof to these doors. So we can have a nice place to hang out.
A canopy.
A canopy.
Now, you were telling me you're doing how many layers of...
We're doing 8 layers of cardboard for insulation because I'm too cheap to go and buy real insulation. But first I put the cardboard in there, put these boards in there, and then fill in between the boards. And then we're gonna put carpet over the top of everything when we're done to insulate, get a better R value than we have just with paneling. And I installed a vinyl window because I need some good airflow inside there when I paint. I'll be sitting on the tailgate painting in front of my box, but then everything inside the trailer will be carpet and canvas paintings hanging on the walls, on the ceiling.
And you said when you open these doors will be display.
Yep.
Yeah.
This will all be insulation, cardboard, and carpet, and then we'll be putting paintings in front of all that so that they can be sold. And the more paintings I have, the better it's going to be. So I'm building I call it a storefront. It's just 2 poles that go on the sides and go up, and then it has a nice flat display to put more paintings up there, and then you'll have to get on a ladder to get all your storefront paintings up and down.
Yeah.
So my name is Ryan Cook. This is Lucid Paints. This is how I plan to rock the house next summer. I got my air conditioner inside the wall. I will have some solar panels up on top, try to run batteries as much as I can for some electricity, but whatever I can't, I do have a small generator to stay comfortable. I'll have kids and stuff with me, so it's 110 some days out there. These kids need a cool place to cool off, so that's my plan. And then to make a, the bigger circle would be, I'm gonna get a semi next. I'm gonna have a semi trailer. And that semi-trailer will never stop moving in the United States. And if it's up to me, it's going across the country. We're going to tour the world, Lucid Paints. We're going to make murals. We're going to make every single place we go to a beautiful place. And hopefully we can provide that with a semi and a driver here within the next couple of years.
Beautifying the world one painting at a time.
You know it, brother.
Yeah, I do. So, yeah, thanks again. This has been awesome to have your time and shared space, and your your aspirations and your focused dreams, and they are coming alive.
Yes.
You've come a long way since I've known you, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and we're gonna go a lot further too, and I'm just excited. Look, I got goosebumps. That's how excited I am on the inside, right?
Right on.
Just because I know inside myself who I am, where I'm going. And it's beautiful. It is so beautiful. And I don't want to hide it, guys. I want to share it with the world. It worked for me. I'm not saying it's going to work for you, but just be happy. Love yourself. That's it.
Happy, healthy, and prosperous.
Yes. Wow.
All right, bro. Thanks again. Love you dearly.
Love you guys.
All right, man.
Bye.